SSP cards we got.
That's the cards we got. I think that's an appropriate time of the song to go down. SSP cards we got, Chris.
We sure do. Kevin Morales, you are right. We apologize. We won't get into it, but again, guys in our 40s with technology, things can get Gregory, perfectly timed Lord of the Rings reference. Appreciate it. Happy SSP Thursday, Jeff.
Happy SSP Thursday. It feels like we were just celebrating this, but then again, today, I got to tell you, my Instagram feed was full of some pretty amazing cards, some of which I've never seen before. So that was really cool.
Yes, there was some really cool stuff posted. We'll show off a bit of it in a few minutes when my wife and I are going on a trip next week.
Right.
We leave on Monday, and today I was gifted. I'll use the word gifted very loosely. A list of 10 things I was supposed to accomplish to get prepped. Her parents are coming in tomorrow night. So it was an important day. She threw open the front door when she got home, and she was like, "I was just looking at your Instagram stories. There's no way you did anything on the list today." And she was correct. I accomplished not one item on that list. I'm in some trouble, Jeff.
Yeah. How long did it take her to get through all your Instagram stories? It probably was quite a while.
Are you familiar with the term rage scrolling?
No, I'm not.
I think it might have been coined tonight in my house.
Yeah, thanks, curator. I had to get a little trim. It's getting a little shaggy, so I had to get my fall trim. Welcome, everybody. Eloy, thanks for joining the show for the first time. Oh, we got a little correction here on Chris's list. The to-do list had 5 items. You're 0 for 5, not 0 for 10. So
okay, well, I jumped ahead to tomorrow night, Jeff. It was the completion percentage was the same.
Yeah, that's true.
Sadly, oh boy. Well,
it is SSP Thursday. Also, before we get into the cards, I got to say, yes, sorry, Alessandro. I won't hold on too much longer, but my dad came into town, and as always, when my parents come to visit, they bring gifts. So got a couple of these.
Oh, that is nice.
Some Brew Crew playoff towels.
Nice.
It's almost far enough from when they were eliminated that I can kind of look back now. But also, my mom likes to go to thrift stores and garage sales, and she found this, Chris. This is a Bob Uecker 8-ball. Okay, so if anybody's familiar with the 8-ball from our youth or from the 90s, you ask it a question and then you shake it up and it gives answers. This Uecker ball gives answers such as "ask again next inning."
Oh, I like it.
"Pass me a brat and I'll tell you." So yeah, it's seen better days, but for $1.99, thanks.
That's an automatic buy. You smash that, buy it now.
So
all
in
day.
fact, I'm going to open it so we can get a closer look during the day. But yeah, Chris, should you be working on your list right now?
It's fine.
Chicken chunks until the list gets completed.
Well, 2 of the things on the list were very time sensitive. They were actually phone calls I was supposed to make, and things I was supposed to set up and then do today. And obviously, it's nighttime now, so I'll have to do it tomorrow morning.
Well, you got plenty of time, right?
Right, of course. All
right, let's ask Uecker if Chris going to get his list done tomorrow. Let's see if I can read this. Ooh, the die isn't exactly straight in there, but let's see if I can see. Outlook cloudy. Close the roof.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
it's not very reassuring, but we'll keep this handy in case we need to ask any other questions.
The validity of the Bob Uecker 8-ball is so far pretty accurate, I have to say. Like it's Curator cardboard. I'm on it. I will get. I got some things done that weren't on the list, including my wife's mother likes one type of wine, like a very specific. She likes a Zinfandel, but only one type of Zinfandel. And I got that today. I got 4 bottles of that today. So I feel like that wasn't on my list, but I think that was an important acquisition. And Kevin Morales, yes, absolutely. If the squirrel's got a puffy tail, just like Homer Simpson, I am going to chase it with a stick, and my day is ruined.
All right, Jay Marble. Is Chris sleeping on the couch tonight? Okay. Go get him next time. So I kind of feel like that's a confirmation that you will be on the couch.
I'm not going to lie. I was hoping we'd get the sausage response for that one, Jeff. But
rot and get back to me. I saw somebody went to a Brewer tailgate party. Was that Eloy? Awesome. Yeah. Great. Glad you could make it up to Milwaukee for that. Very good. All right. So I know everybody is just waiting to see some of these super short prints show up and to hear you talk about them, Chris. So
I saw that Mad City Brew is still a little uncomfortable with me having a Jackson Cheerio card, which we pulled out of that box yesterday. Don't worry, buddy. It's still right here. So I don't know, check that news feed pretty regularly for impending disasters.
Yeah, I kind of feel like base cards have to be exempt from the
I would essentially pack pulled. I mean,
pack pulled base cards. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they should be exempt. Otherwise, you have a lot of base cards there. Just be about every single player, not just these superstars.
Yeah. All right. Before we get going, quick update. Many of you probably saw the Braves did announce that they don't expect Acuna and Strider to be, in the lineup on opening day. I think that shouldn't be a huge shock. I imagine they're going to be very careful with both those guys, especially Acuna. I think they may have rushed him back that first time. They're definitely not going to make that mistake again.
Still disappointing though.
It is a bummer. I mean, I want him to play now. I miss them both. But what was I going to say? Yeah. Curator cardboard. Yeah. Like boxed white. Oh, it is a Zinfandel. It's a red Zinfandel? I don't know. It's a Zinfandel. A very nice gentleman at Bevmo helped me to it today. But all right. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. After we go over SSPs, I did briefly want to talk about something Jeff and I learned yesterday. There's a bit of a controversy with this David Ortiz card. So we'll talk about that later. But first, let's get into some SSPs, Jeff. It's hard to say that they're, you don't like to use the term like winner or loser.
Yeah, it's harder. You don't want to rank, right?
Right. But what we will do though is go ahead. We'll start with someone that I always comfortably call a loser in a sort of a nice way. We saw one thing I was really excited to see today were runs. We saw a lot of people posting like short print runs of their favorite players. And the first one of those I wanted to get to belongs to, of course, short print a day. So when it comes to, let me make sure I get the right one. There it is. Here we go. Right here. Yeah. So short print a day posted his Stadium Club Aaron Judge SSP run.
Yeah.
And these are cool. I have to say that 2021, where he's kind of crossing home plate looking up, I don't think I've ever seen that card, like, outside of an image gallery before.
No, nor have I.
So I guess people just probably weren't ripping a ton in 2021, but the 2018 with the bat is fantastic.
Yep.
The 2020 is awesome with the follow through, and the 2023 is just hideous. Like, this is a horrific baseball card.
It kind of is like a studio card from 1991.
Yeah, it looks like like a yearbook photo.
Yeah, that's true.
Thankfully, not from 1991 though, Jeff. We're not quite that old.
So let's see. Is that the CN Tower in the background?
Yes, I think that's Toronto. The second one there.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, these were very cool to see together. And I remember Jake was telling me that when he didn't want the 2023. And this is an issue I think that we collectors deal with. When you collect a run, you'll invariably get to a version of a card you don't even like.
Right, you're completist, right?
Yeah, but because you're collecting all of them, you have to have it. Mm-hmm. So he just waited until a bad conditioned one came up that was like kind of dinged, and he didn't have to spend very much money on it. So smart.
Yep. Yes, and Kevin, we agree. We appreciate Jake's thoroughness, I guess you might say, or his commitment to the short print game. The guy's on his honeymoon. Yeah.
And here he is. He took the time to post this group photo before he left, so he wouldn't leave us hanging on SSP Thursday.
I did it before he left. Smart.
That's how you got to respect the determination, the dedication.
Dedication. There it is. That's the
There
word.
it is. Yeah. Other words that start with D and end with Asian. But yeah, so congrats to him. These look great together. And unfortunately, there is no Aaron Judge on the 2024 variation checklist. So unless they just didn't tell us, the run will come to an end.
Well, you just keep running, right? Might
Wait,
have a break.
Yeah, surely he'll have one in 2025.
Yeah, SFO Sox fan points out it's going to be a Judge dropping the ball image.
Oh, I was going to say there's got to be a better shot than that. I mean, he did hit a couple home runs.
Yeah.
He looked fired up when he doubled off Trinan. But anyway, all right, next up, the next player run belongs to, of course, I feel like every month, Jeff, we mention this guy, Mr. Cardboard Showcase.
Mr. Showcase. You knew it was coming.
Yep. He's going to, whatever someone else does, he'll come up with a better version of it. So this is Shohei Ohtani Stadium Club image variation run. Yeah. Slightly better than Judge, Jeff, because Judge doesn't have a rookie variation for whatever reason. He's got so many rookie variations, but didn't get one in Stadium Club. But Ohtani does. He's got that awesome horizontal pitching one.
Yep, sure does.
Yeah, I can actually, that's the pitching one.
Okay, it didn't come up yet.
Oh, give it a sec.
Yeah, his pitching one, which we've seen more of pop up on the report in the last couple of years. They were
my bad. I hit the wrong button.
Veritable ghosts before, but
now
we've seen a couple pop up.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. So here's the run of 6. And the 2024 is actually not a great. It's very similar to the 2020. But I'm sure Cardboard Showcase will have it in hand, possibly slabbed for January's SSP Thursday. But yeah, here's a close up of the rookie. This is just really cool. Like, nice horizontal shot.
Love the position placement on this too. You get the P/DH in the corner, which is really cool.
Yeah, really big for whatever reason.
Really big, but it kind of works with this because you don't usually see that position combo.
True, very true. 2019 is this weird podium shot. Acuna's is the same way. They're getting the rookies of the year, but then we got the new era bench shot. This one's cool. I like this 2021. I like on deck shots. This seems to be a thing I find myself gravitating towards. Guys getting ready for battle.
Yep.
Oddly, Jeff, does his helmet look as oversized to you as it does to me?
It kind of is like giving off a Jason Dominguez vibe. It's like
He looks like a little kid in this. I think because the angle's high
or the lens they used, but yeah, I'm with you.
Maybe I just haven't eaten enough today because that wasn't on my list, but I don't think I got that done. 2022 is this really cool intensity photo. I love this neck vein he's got going on right here. Definitely just struck out an Oakland A hitter.
He's pumped. He is pumped there.
Oh yeah.
Those are the kind of images though that make you think that all the talk of him not coming back to the mound is just nonsense. Because
he's coming back to the mound for sure.
He loves it.
By the way, I'm sure we all saw that he was playing through a torn labrum in his non-pitching shoulder in the World Series. In case you're wondering why his swing, it looked like it was hurting him. It's because it was. Yeah. And then 2023, we got this like all-star game shot.
That's cool.
Looks like he's giving the stink eye to somebody. I don't know.
Just maybe the sun in his eyes.
Yeah, could be. All right, but when it comes to runs, to player runs, as good as these two were, someone today blew us all out of the water, Jeff. And I'm sure you saw it. Hopefully we all saw it, but I will go through it here in a minute. At Cards and Crypto.
Nice thing about this run is we got some individual photos.
Yes, which we will get to. So at Cards and Crypto dropped what he called the project. So this is his 2012 to 2023 tops and tops update, Mike Trout variation collection. All the SPs and SSPs, and I think the SSSPs are in here as well.
I think so. Yeah.
There's one picture in particular that I want to get to because it is absolutely incredible. And it's not the sparkles. The sparkles, Jeff, I can't get behind this, and I'm really glad Topps stopped doing them. But these two cards, I know the one on the right's a Pop 1, the 16 update, the kind of mouth breather photo.
We're still seeing Shohei.
Are we? Oh, yeah, my bad.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Here's the group shot.
I mean, so the group shot is crazy, but I found myself like trying to get a closer look at them, and then thankfully we did get some.
Yes. Yeah. So this is what he called. So this uses the two sparkles, which thankfully we don't have to worry about. But this is the one I was talking about.
Look at that.
So it's 2016 card number 1 from Series 1, and then card 175 at an update. These are just, I mean, the update is a pop 1. There are only 2 copies of that card that we know of out in the wild. And what did he say? He says the 2016 is a pop 15. So this is the only person that could have these 2 cards.
Yes.
In this condition.
Yeah.
There's something cool about the bat pointing photo there.
Love the angle of it. You get
he looks so
in
tall.
the back. You see a little bit of the stadium. He looks like a giant, which especially at that time, coming off those seasons, he was an absolute giant.
Yeah, he really was. And as we scroll through this he calls this one the least creative combo. So we have the 2017 Topps SP and the 2018 Topps SP, and it doesn't take a lot of detective work here, Jeff.
Yeah, it looks the one on the left is slightly darker. Is his shirt sweatier on the left? That's about the only difference I see.
I mean, this is the kind of thing that someone at Topps should get a rolled up newspaper to the side of the head over.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do that or if they ever did. So these are awesome. So these are the SSPs. He's 2020. We got the Trout reverse negative. And then 2021, we have the big head.
Which I believe, wasn't he saying the big head was growing on him? I still feel a little weirded out by the big head cards.
Yeah, the big heads I can't really get behind, but the reverse negative is cool. And I do wonder, do you think there's a chance, or if anyone in the chat, do you think there's a chance that someone pulled this and just didn't realize it and just figured like this was just a regular base Mike Trout, maybe put it in their Trout binder, and it's in a box or in a binder? And
yes, I believe that happened.
Because the pops on those are really, really small.
Yeah.
But that's a very, very cool card. If you're ever scrolling through dollar bins at a show and you come upon like a vein of 2020 Topps Mike Trout cards, take a minute and see if you see one where he's batting left-handed. Because it would be pretty. Okay. So yeah, congratulations, Cards and Crypto. That's an incredible Mike Trout run.
What a huge run. And SFO Sox fan, hold on, is saying that's the case for all of these, easy to miss.
Yep.
Except, of course, the big head. Yeah.
The big heads definitely stand out, for better or for worse. All right. Next up, we have a card that I knew existed, but I had personally never seen anywhere. So obviously, this card belongs to Homer Dome Cards.
That would make sense. Yeah.
The Mookie Betts 2017 opening day SSP, where he's in the batting cage.
Yeah, I had never seen this.
So this is a PSA 6, and honestly, I would be thrilled if I saw one of these on Reddit for sale and it was beat up. I'd buy it in a heartbeat. Now he said in the comments that there is one PSA 10. There's a PSA 10 as well as his 6. So there's two graded, a 6 and a 10. He's never seen the 10. He has no idea who has it. But this is awesome. I love this. I love this stuff, Jeff.
Yeah, just stuff coming out of the woodwork. 2 cards graded. Yeah, I wonder if our friend and resident Mookie collector Scotty B has seen this card.
I don't know. I wonder. I signed in slabs that doesn't have the 10, so I don't know where the 10 is.
Yeah,
but stuff like this is just so cool. This is 7 years old, so I mean, this was the year before he won the MVP, so he was sort of on his way up to superstardom.
Yeah.
So who knows? Who knows what people did with this card, Jeff? But this is one that I know for sure. There's 10 copies sitting in binders, in an attic or in some kid's basement who's now off at college or something,
or in the garbage,
or possibly in the garbage. I mean,
we know opening day is a kid's set. We know there's a lot of base pulled out of there, and Gregory, yes, batting cage shots are so cool. A lot of them came up today, which is fun to see.
Yeah, Kevin Morales. This situation wouldn't surprise me. Homer Dome sneaks into the Topps headquarters and snags one of each SSP while in the production line. I mean, it seems almost impossible. But I feel like these cards exist in 2 places. They exist on like the Beckett image galleries, and they exist in Homer Dome's collection. And like that's it. That's the only 2 places you could see cards like this.
Mm-hmm. And thankfully for SSP Thursday, it brings them out
once a month.
SFO Sox fan. I think that I was trying to look too. It looked like Bogarts up front, but I couldn't tell.
I don't think it is. Let me see if I can zoom in. I, I really
and Benintendi in the cage. That's really far back. Hard for me
That
to
could
say.
actually be Benintendi in the cage. I can get behind. I don't think that's Bogarts though. I really don't. We can. I'll ask Homer Dome if we can get. I can't really zoom in any further.
I think you're right.
The head's too big. I just
And he would have been really young then too, and that guy doesn't look that young.
Yeah, I don't think Bogarts ever had this much like facial hair, but this is a long discussion on Bogarts' profile. I don't think.
Okay, Hoops and Omer says that is Benny in the cage.
Yeah, I agree.
Moncada, Tanner says.
Oh, yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, that looks right. What a ridiculous world we live. We're just like trying to figure this out. It's funny, but yeah, this is an awesome card. I just love stuff like this when they decided like this was back in the heyday when Topps really knew what they were doing, and they had this shot and they're like, let's make it horizontal, and we'll just jam Moncada in there on the side, and it looks better. I don't know. I think it looks cool.
Yeah, looks cool.
Oof. Okay.
While you're pulling the next thing up, I think I saw Brewers kill 823. Glad you caught the live and you pulled a gold minted Jeff Bagwell tonight. If you heard us last night, we talked about gold minted and how relatively rare they are. So congrats on that pull. That's cool.
Yeah, they definitely seem they're theoretically based on pack odds and stuff more rare than they've ever been.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing numbers as low as 25. So that's a great pull. All right. Lucky Peter Studios. Lucky Peter is a frequent blabber with us.
Yeah, I believe he's here tonight.
Okay. He posted a fantastic duo of glute-focused Shohei Ohtani SSPs. As if there's a better way to describe a card, a better type of card to get.
It's funny. That does not look like the same player as on that other Ohtani SSP with the giant helmet and the small legs. Yeah, that's cool. Two of them.
Yeah.
In double.
Yeah, the pops on these have to be low. I thought he did not mention the pop. But yeah, 22 update has really good images in their SSPs. There's a great Trout pointing up. There's a cool horizontal Acuna. Obviously, the Bobby Witt is in there. The Julio with Ichiro card. And there's some really good legends cards too, like retired players. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, to have two of these is really cool.
Yep.
I assume he just hit probably like a 3-run home run that, cut the deficit in half is how I imagine this card playing out.
That's probably true. Or he hits a go-ahead home run only to have the bullpen lose it.
We'll call it a temporarily go-ahead home run. I don't know. This fan back here seems pretty fired up, but the other team seems unconcerned about what's going on. All right, so as cool as that is, Jeff, this might be a little bit tough to see. That wasn't the most impressive double post, if you will, or someone posting the same card twice. I think that comes from Trout Collector 5, who posted 2 of the 2017 opening day Trout puppy cards.
Yes, and I can imagine your wife is asking why you don't even have one.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Jeff. I don't think my wife has ever asked why I don't have a baseball card. It's usually why do I have the card? But yeah, this is cool because it took me a while to realize there's 2 dogs in each card. So this is 4 puppies in this photo here.
Oh, where's the other one?
I think this is either Trout's wife or it's the Angels, one of their reporters.
Oh, I remember that discussion. And she's holding one?
Yes, she's holding a little black and white. But look how wrinkly the bulldog is that Trout's holding.
Yeah, and I like how he titled this post or
yes,
what he wrote. My wife wants a puppy, though I keep telling her we already have 2.
Yeah, and these 2 don't need to be fed, and they don't have to go out.
Yes, I could see that going one of 2 ways. The negative way is her burning them and saying now we have none, so now let's get a real puppy. So you got to be careful with that. Good luck.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Definitely got to be careful. Hold on, what was that? It's the 2000 great players outside travel and play for one single team. True. SFO Sox on a great question. If it was a 3-run home run from Ohtani, who was on base? And I don't know, 2 hit by pitches maybe. But yeah, this opening day Trout is really cool. It's definitely one I've wanted to get. But every time they come up on eBay, Jeff, it seems like there's one person who's willing to just pay whatever the ask is, and then it's gone.
They still cost a lot. Yeah,
they really do, and it's cool. It kind of combines our love of both baseball or 3 baseball, Mike Trout, and puppies. All right, so up next, we have an account that's been kind of dormant on Instagram for a while. They haven't been posting regularly in quite a bit, but he did join in SSP Thursday with a hell of an Instagram story. So this is 2 cards, but it isn't the same card, okay? But it's the same player. And this account is called In the Hold. So if you're unfamiliar, this guy's got some absolutely incredible Juan Soto cards. And today he shared with us 2 opening day SSPs with sticker autos. So, I mean, I think the rumored unannounced print run on these was like 5.
Yeah, I heard 5. No more than 10 for sure.
Yeah. So he's got 2019 with the Gold Cup and 2020. We love that image with the bad drop against the Astros.
Yeah.
I mean, to have 2 of these together, this one stopped me in my track. I mean, a lot of posts today, Jeff, stopped me I say in my tracks like I was moving somewhere. I very clearly wasn't.
Stop your thumb slightly for a
right.
moment before scrolling past.
It's not my fault, Jeff. I didn't get those 5 items done on my list.
When you see stuff like this, right?
Yeah, I blame this guy. I blame In the Hold. I mean, it's posts like this that really just make it impossible to be productive.
Yeah, that's great to see those 2 together, and yeah. I have a couple thoughts about this. One, it seems like these are the only ones where the sticker doesn't bother me as much. Those opening day ones. I'd still rather have it on card, of course, but they are so rare that doesn't bother me as much. But also the fact that we're not going to get any more since there is no more opening day. So fun to see those.
Yeah, these are cool. I know there are some like super, I want to say it was like 20. Did they exist in 17? I know 18 and 19, like an update. There's some crazy rare SSPs and SPs that have sticker autos. I know in 2018, I think there's like some Gatorade baths out there with sticker autos. I know our buddy Scotty B Cards had one. I know there's an Acuna like white jersey batting with a sticker auto. I know in 2019, there's a couple Austin Riley sticker autos. Really, really cool idea by Topps, just to throw a sticker on a couple of these cards, throw them into packs. I don't think these were announced. It was just like a big surprise when they showed up. I like that. Stuff like that is cool. There's no really way to probably do these on cards. So this is maybe that rare time where a sticker auto is, it's okay.
Yeah.
I remember when Scotty was buying his Gatorade bath with the sticker, he was like, is this the card that's like the exception to the rule? And I think they are. These are really cool. I feel like anytime you can have a card that there's only like 5 of, the sticker auto makes it's okay. All right. Up next, we have the card that cost one of our viewers temporarily his spot in a Facebook image variation group, Jeff.
Ooh.
You know, this is the card. This is the reason that SFO Sox fan got the boot. And eventually he got back in. But this is an incredible card. And I would be thrown out of a lot of Facebook groups and a lot of groups and bars and restaurants to own a copy of this card, Jeff.
Yeah, that's man. That's one of my favorite baseball cards of the last decade. Hall of Famer Vlad Guerrero and his son.
Yep.
Yeah. At All-Star game. What is that? What All-Star game? 99? No, it's got to be after that.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think. It could have been like maybe 2004. That's when he won the MVP with the Angels. So I would guess sometime around then. But I tell you, Jeff, as photos of Dominican men with their legs spread go, this is easily in my top 5.
And the other ones can't be shown on YouTube.
Yeah. But this card is great. And hopefully at some point, what I was hoping they could do is sort of like recreate it, maybe.
Yeah.
Because Guerrero is going to keep making all-star our teams because he's really popular. So if they could do like kind of I don't know if his dad's not that old. Surely his dad could still sit on the ground like this. Maybe they could recreate the photo for a random update SSP.
Yeah. Yeah. Or flip spots.
Yeah.
Flip spots for the.
But I would say that the Guerrero's like 2019 rookie SSP where he's holding the ball is, I think, my favorite flagship Guerrero card. This is number 2.
Yeah, this is hard to pass up. This is really cool. And I'm happy to see it. I'm glad SFO Sox fan is back in the group. And
For now.
Vlad Senior still looks like he could hit 30 bombs today.
It's a probationary re-add. We'll see how his behavior maintains itself. And I do want to point out that not earlier, it was sometime in May. Was it late May, early June, Jeff, when I said I was done with Guerrero?
Yes.
I was like 100% out.
When we made the bet on his home run over-under, yeah.
Correct. And I feel like pretty much from that moment on, he became a new player. So good for him. If that's what it takes, so be it. But I said I would never buy another Vlad Guerrero card again. And yet I think this is it. You and I also own a copy of this card now. And that's it. That's the only Guerrero card that we added, despite him being so good.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is great.
A couple questions here, Chris. From LJB, would you rather have the Soto opening day sticker auto or non-auto? It's a tough question.
It is tough. I mean, full disclosure, Jeff and I used to have the non-auto, but it wasn't necessarily because we chose to own the non-auto over the sticker. We have never had the opportunity to acquire either of those sticker autos.
Yeah.
So as rare as they all are, the non-auto does occasionally pop up, whereas the auto, you just don't see it. So I think if we had an opportunity to buy one, we probably would take it. If that makes if it were reasonable, if we could afford to buy it at the time, we might just grab it.
Makes sense. Jay Marble, are the number of SP cards released? How do you know the number of cards out there? Another tough question.
Like the print run or the number of cards on the check?
I'm guessing he means print run. Yeah, there's no way to know how many actually get opened from packs, but even the print run for some of these is hard to decipher.
Yeah, that's a great question. I know based on blowout, people talking about 2018 update is probably one of the most opened products, I would say, of the last 10 years, Jeff.
Yeah.
And the general consensus over on blowout with people was that there were 3,000 of each SP. So think Hands on Hips or Acuna red blue jersey. 3,000 of those, 300 of the SSPs. So 300 Gatorade Baz, 300 vertical Acuna hitting, 300 Ohtani batting. So generally around there, but annually things change. The 2017 Series 1 and 2 SSPs are really, really, really tough. They're way less than 300. I would say they're about 100 maybe based on pop reports. Yeah, I think the most graded one of Series 1 is Devers. And I think there's 30 or so graded, maybe 40.
But it seems since 2018, those are the numbers that people are still kind of rocking with for flagship.
Yeah, but this Guerrero here, I believe this is referred to as an SSSP.
Agreed.
And I don't know. SFO Sox fan, you probably looked into this card as much as we have. I would say the print run on this cannot be more than 50. It just can't. That's got to be the absolute most. And in this, I think there was a series here. Jeff, was this from Update or is this from Series 1? I want to say Update, but do you have ours? You can flip it over and look at the number.
I do not have it.
Okay, SFO Sox fan, if you have it in front of you or near you, could you flip over the back? I'm just curious what the number is. But there was a lot of father-son cards. There's also a Griffey with his dad. That whatever series it's from, I don't know if it's one or Update, but there's one of Griffey.
Was that where they're both in the outfield?
Yeah, they're kind of standing there. Yeah. Okay, Ultra. This is Series 1. Thank you. All right, so this is from Series 1. So yeah, there's a Griffey with his dad, which is really cool too. And there's another one. It might be Cal Ripken. I should look it up. I shouldn't just guess wildly, but I love the theme that they went with. So if you see this one seems to be the most widely collected because I haven't seen one of these on eBay in forever. We got really lucky in a Facebook group, obviously, but I've seen a couple of Griffies on eBay lately, but they just sit on there at really high prices, but they're cool. Father-son stuff is great. And then you have a Father's Day post every year forever.
That's true. SFO Sox fan says there's one of these on eBay for $2,000.
Well, that's not going anywhere, I don't think. The Biggios, of course. Thank you, Cardboard Showcase. I figured either you or Kate Kraske would be in here, and you could give me anytime I need information. One of you guys is here.
One of you will know the generational baseball family that this comes from.
Yeah, the Biggio one is cool. Okay. By the way, Cardboard Showcase, if you just joined us, we already talked about your impressive Shohei Ohtani run. Good job.
Yes, we sure did. That was incredible.
All right, I'm going to be a little bit of a Braves homer coming up next. Dave's Braves cards posted this really cool Ozzy Albies from 2024 Series 2. And there's a similar Austin Riley card in Stadium Club last year, where it's just, these guys would just be on the field working with Ron Washington before the game every single day. And even when Freeman left, they did maintain that work ethic. And I think the team really misses Ron Washington and his energy. But I love shots like this, like putting in the work.
Yep, drilling, drill. And this is the crazy product where they made the borders white, all white.
Yep, just Series 2. Series 1, the kind of black and white with the gradient. Update, black and white with the gradient. And then Series 2, all white.
Yeah. No
particular reason. But also, side note, don't forget how jacked Ozzy Albies is. He might be a little guy, but he's a rock. You don't want this little guy running into you.
Well, and that's evidence in his power numbers. You can see where it comes from.
Yes. And he has an interesting YouTube channel about his fish collection. He gives off some Troy McClure vibes. I'm just going to say, I don't know if there's other Simpsons fans with me here tonight, but that's definitely a sort of a thought I have. All right, moving on from the Braves. Let's check in with the world champion Dodgers and 661 Collectibles. Posting this pair from 2022 opening day. I think opening day, Jeff, might have been like the set of the day in terms of number.
We sure saw a lot of them, especially considering how few cards are in a print run of an SSP from opening day. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But this combo was pretty cool. A lot of Dodger blue.
A lot of blue, which looks good with that year's design as well, with the white borders. Yeah, those are fun to see those two together. And does he list the pop in there? Yeah, pop 2 and pop 3. That's incredible.
Yeah, because 2022, we learned this from our buddy Short Print a Day, also had an issue with this. And we know firsthand. In 2022, it's like whoever was in charge of centering all of Topps products was either drunk, or maybe there was like a theory that if they off-center everything on purpose, it'll keep like pop counts low, so everything will seem more rare than it is. But I mean, look at that Clayton Kershaw. Like that's probably good.
Yeah.
Compared to, I remember when, I hate to say this name, Jeff, but I remember when Wander Franco's, like his SSPs started coming out of like Series 1 and Topps and out of opening day.
Yeah.
They were horrible.
Yeah. All the centering was off.
Yeah. It's like, maybe that was a hint. Maybe Topps knew. Maybe they knew before everybody and they were trying to warn us. Like, you don't want to collect these cards, guys.
Stay away from this guy. Yeah, that could be. Kevin says, I thought my Kershaw was nice, and then I saw this post. Yeah, there does tend to be a little bit of that on SSP Thursdays. You see some really amazing stuff. It makes you feel a little inadequate, but we're all at different places in our collecting, Chris.
Yeah, no, that's very true. And this is a tough day. It can be a difficult day. I would say that the card collecting is like being at the gym. Like there's a phrase, comparison is the thief of joy. And you really try not to compare your collection with other people's, other than like to aspire, in a positive way, because some people just means are different. Availability is different,
when they started collecting. So it's hard, but if you can just enjoy them for what they are, that seems to be the best. Yeah. Collect what you can collect. Don't we definitely don't want anyone to see, to see like a cardboard showcase run or a Cards and Crypto Trout run and be like, well, if I just take a mortgage out on my house, I can definitely go and do this for my favorite player. Like, we do not advise you doing that. Like, just collect what you can and try to enjoy it as best you can. And also remember, like what Homer Dome showed us too, Jeff, if you can find an extremely rare card in a low grade, that's fantastic. Like you're saving money. You're ahead. Don't pass it up. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about the quality control from 2020. Oh, it was brutal. I think Update was one of the worst ever. I remember opening a couple blasters with my dad, and my dad's like, this guy's not even on the card. And there was only like one border. Like the cut was all the way like into the photo. It was crazy. Yeah. It just seems weird that they do that. Obviously, someone looking at it and was like, that's fine. Yeah, quality control. Yeah, right. Took the year off. All right, well, speaking of, hold on, make sure I get the right one here. All right, well, speaking of Clayton Kershaw, let me dig it out. Here it is.
Card Collector LA, go figure. I want to show this really cool Gypsy Queen. There was a couple SSP Thursdays ago, Jeff, where there was like a flood of Gypsy Queen variations, maybe like 3 months ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
This is the only one I saw today, and it's cool. I love, and I think you and I both love, an old school pitcher hitting on a variation.
Pitcher hitting images, yeah. I was reminded of that when we saw the John Smoltz card from 2024 Stadium Club.
Stadium Club, right?
Yeah.
That's a bad.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's a callback. It's a throwback. He's one of the best pitchers around who will have still been playing when there was hitting. That was good. What year is this from? Is that 2018?
2016. I also just want to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jeff. What were you going to say?
I was just going to talk about the design a little bit. It's interesting. I believe, I can't quite tell, but I think that might be his name on the very bottom. Gypsy Queen obviously gets the priority on this design, the name of the product, and the player gets pretty minimalized. The one thing I was thinking about this actual image is it looks like one that would be in a Panini product because of the way it's conveniently covering the Dodgers logo and his head is turned so you don't see the hat. These are the kind of pictures they put on Panini cards, and because of that. Yeah,
it is. I didn't even notice that, but yeah, you're right. It does have kind of a pajama feel to it, and also there's a lot of wrinkles, and I feel like your eye is drawn to his crotch, or maybe that's just me because I've had a couple of drinks here. But neither here nor there. There's something really kind of cool about older Gypsy Queen cards. There's a 2013 Freddie Freeman Gypsy Queen auto that I've seen pop up on eBay a few times, and there's something about the design. It just looks very vintagey. And like the font, the Gypsy Queen font itself is kind of cool. This is a set that I like. I like it. And Kevin Morales, this is your card.
It's awesome. You'll probably get an argument about what you're saying there from Madison Bumgarner fans and Zach Greinke, maybe.
That's very true. Very, very, very true. For sure. But yeah, Kevin Morales, it's nice to put a name to a cool Instagram account. But yeah, congrats, man. Yeah, you got some really cool stuff, and I like this Kershaw card. All right, let's see.
Love the Expos uniform and him batting. Yeah, you're right. That's a great one.
Yeah, that one is cool. Yeah, there's a bunch. The Bumgarner has some really cool ones. Some really, which he should because that guy mashed. And there's still Jeff, in all my baseball card travels, which I admit are unfortunately not as many as there could be. But just think of how long the list of things I didn't accomplish would be. There's only one Greg Maddux card where he's batting that I've been able to find. And it's I think it's a 1997 Fleer Tiffany card. It's a really kind of an unusual set, but it's a cool horizontal card. I wish I had it near me. I would show that.
And he hit for a lot of years, Chris.
He did.
A lot of years.
And he and Tom Glavine gifted us one of the great gifts of the 1990s, gifts of 1990s baseball with that Nike commercial, which is an absolute all-time commercial.
Yes. Chicks dig the long ball.
Yeah, they do. All right, hold on. We got this one. We got Albie.
That's where I would love this. The image variation of Woody hitting the home run off Kershaw in the playoffs. I would love that if there is one. So keep me posted, Professor, if you find one, because that was a great moment in Brewer history.
Well, hopefully, Jeff, in 2026, we get some good Brandon Woodruff image variations, because he's had an incredible 2025.
Yeah, but probably with a different team, right?
I think he's still with you guys. Didn't he sign a 2-year deal? Because he was going to miss all of 2025. So you'll have him for this coming year.
All of 2024, yes. So he should be back for next year. Yeah.
Yeah, for 18 starts.
Right.
That hopefully will be great. All right, so our buddy north of the border, Canadians of the Hobby, posted this really interesting Josh Naylor Goldemir SSP from 2023. And I have a physics question, but Jeff, I feel like you're going to say something. Go ahead.
Well, at first glance, this came up, and I believe he is in our chat now, but this came up on my feed, and a quick glance gave me flashbacks to the Steven Strasburg pie in the face, because when I first saw that card, it was reminiscent of this. It's almost like you don't know what's going on. Is there some sort of George Washington wig going?
That's what I was going to say. This looks like like a British judiciary wig or something. I'm like, what is happening?
I had to take a much closer look to see what was going on. But the physics of it, Chris, bother you?
I'm just confused. The shutter speed on this camera must be so incredibly fast because like no water has broken away from the ice in this Gatorade, in this cooler bath or whatever they're dumping on him. I like Jeff. I looked at this for a long time trying to figure out like the exact water to ice ratio where it's like a sludge coming out at him. This is a strain.
What would be great is if
really
we find out it was like photoshopped. He was just being interviewed. They're like, "Oh, we got to get a Gatorade bath of him. Oh, we don't have one. Well, we got him being interviewed. Let's put an arm holding some sort of Gatorade bucket behind him, and
but yeah, this card is really cool. I mean, I like a good. I think they might be slightly overdoing the Gatorade baths, but I still like them. I think there's an energy to them that's exciting on the card. Although Josh Naylor's not showing a ton of energy, he almost feels like he's dejected. He's like, I know it's coming.
I know.
There we go.
Right? As a Sox fan, yes. As a reminder, Chris is looking at this a long time. That 5-item list wasn't getting done.
As dust just collected on the list, you know.
I'm sure, yes, it looks like mostly ice, but there's always a little bit of water at the bottom of an ice chest like that. I don't know. It's just there's no drips anywhere.
But there's just enough water in there to kind of hold the ice together. It's almost like a sheet.
Yeah.
Like it almost looks like bubble wrap coming out of the cooler.
Bubble wrap. Yes, bubble wrap Parliament wig, PSA would call this.
Yeah, that's what we would call it. Oh, yeah, battery. This is a fantastic card. If you guys are Maddux collectors, yes, the 1999 top stadium club card of Greg Maddux. He's on the bases, and he went in hot to second base and blew up whoever the shortstop was.
All 160 pounds of Maddux came in
at max speed, which was like, I don't know, 16 and a half miles an hour. We give him shit, but he was a better athlete than you and I ever were, or anyone in this chat probably as well. But anyway, it's difficult to conquer. Yeah.
What do we screw something else up?
Probably.
It was curator of cardboard just behind listening to our fumbling our opening.
Yeah. That was good stuff. That's listen, we there's a lot going on. All right. And obviously, I was exhausted from completing all my tasks. So I'm trying to focus. Okay. Next up is, and Jeff, a lot of people post baseball cards. Okay. And we love that about Instagram. I think it's the best part about puppies and baseball cards are really 2 of the 3 reasons I go on Instagram. But a couple accounts do a really good job of sort of making the card photos interesting. Mm-hmm. And one of these that is rushing to the top of the list is
fishing. I was going to say it's got to be the fishing.
It's got to be the fishing. Yeah, Lou Gehrig. First of all, this card is fantastic. I've never seen this card before. I did not know it existed. Lou Gehrig out there fishing. And in a tackle box with some lures. Yeah, so if you guys are not following Ollie's Cardboard, please give him a follow. I talked to him a little bit today, and he said that this is what going forward, he's going to post like fewer posts, but they'll be very visually interesting like this.
Yes, this deserves extra credit, as they would say in school, for the effort he put in here.
Oh, yeah.
Curator is saying it was talking about the shutter speed of the camera. That
oh yeah. Oh, for the Gatorade shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we zoom in on Gehrig here, this image is just spectacular.
So what, got some waders going on there?
He's definitely got waders. It almost looks like he's also wearing like a dress shirt underneath. This hat is fantastic. And what does he have in this little sack?
This is picnic basket.
I mean, I like to think that thing is just full of beer.
Matt McNeil is mentioning Ted Williams. I have seen the Ted Williams fishing.
Yes. Yeah, I've seen the Ted Williams too, but I did not know there was a Lou Gehrig. I just want to know, like, who the hell's taking these pictures, Jeff?
Maybe Ted Williams took one of Lou Gehrig and vice versa, and they're on the same, same river.
Oh my God, Jeff, were Ted Williams and Lou Gehrig on some sort of Brokeback Mountain fishing trip? And now we have pictures of it on a baseball card?
Putting the pieces together.
I mean, my goodness. We need some cardboard detectives to get in on this. I have to say, looking at this, Jeff, I feel like there's a little bit of Photoshop going on. There's something about like the colors in the background. We have this stripe of green, then this stripe of brown, and then this perfectly blue water. I don't know.
I imagine there was a little bit of touching up of that photo, you might say.
Yeah, which is fine. But yeah, in terms of Lou Gehrig shots, there's this one, and then I think it's 2020 update. There's we saw it last week. Cardboard Showcase posted one. There's a black and white horizontal shot of him giving his speech.
Oh,
so those are so far my two favorite, like sort of modern Lou Gehrig cards that I've seen. Oh, sorry, yeah, this is 2020 Series 2, and the other one I was talking about is 2020 Update. I think those are my two favorite modern Lou Gehrig cards.
Yeah, and people are right. This is probably a black and white photograph that they colorized for the set.
So I think they took some liberties. I'm not really sure he had these pink flowers on his hat, but hey, you know what? If it gives us this card, we'll take whatever best guess they want to give us. I do wish in this little hole in the bucket, though, we could see some Coors Lights or something.
Yeah, that's what somebody's saying. And apparently the official name, thanks to Matt McNeil and what PSA would probably call, they called it SSP. Yeah. Creel bucket. Lou Gehrig with Creel bucket.
Creel bucket. All right.
Fish in there. So when he catches them, that's where his fish are. So it doesn't look like he's got it.
Plumberman is damn right. This does look like a remastered Disney movie. For sure. A couple animated birds landing on his shoulder.
Yeah.
I could see it very, very easily. I feel like, did we miss something in the comments? I just see like Bugenhagen just casually mentioning he was a Division I wrestler in college. Is this in reference to something?
Is that a threat?
I don't know. I mean,
I kind of want to talk about Lou Gehrig. If you've seen Lou Gehrig, he was quite the physical specimen.
Wow, for a time, yeah. He was no Willie Mays though. I gotta say.
No, but you see his legs when Lou Gehrig was working out. Those legs are ridiculous.
I hate to bring up the great Norm Macdonald. Well, I do love to bring up the great Norm Macdonald just to shame Short Print a Day. But yeah, Norm Macdonald has a Lou Gehrig sketch from Saturday Night Live that it's either extremely funny or really upsetting. And funny for me, but it could go either way. But I recommend a Google search when we're done and check that out.
Chris, those aren't flowers. They're hand-tied flies for fishing that are held on the hat.
Well, I guess I've been outed as someone who is not a fly
fisherman.
No, that's on me. Okay. All right. Well, thanks. I mean, we'll take any information. A creel bucket is a new. I'm excited to work that into casual conversation as organically as I can.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Creel bucket.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Matt McNeil also says that, oh boy. Yeah, based on the tightness of the pants, we can safely assume SFO Sox fan. Matt McNeil says Tucker and Michael Brantley fish every offseason in Florida. Well, I mean, let's get that on some variations.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Jeff, a Kyle Tucker image variation is not going to set the world on fire, even if he is fly fishing. If he's python fishing in Florida, now maybe we got something. But anyway.
Or I study the arts of fishing to the list.
Yeah. I don't think we should be adding to the list. Although, like someone pointed out, a completion percentage of 0, it can't go down. It kind of is what it is. All right. So up next, Jeff, we have one of my favorite cards that I saw today. And full disclosure, I do own a copy of this card. Actually, Jeff and I own a copy of this card. So it's not pumping and dumping because we're not dumping, but I love this card, and CBTB 2009 also loves the card based on the flowery language in his caption. So here we go. Red Sox superstar and part-time Ninja Turtle crime fighter Rafael Devers. Bowman Chrome image variation with bat autograph. Numbered to 25. So there are only 20. Actually, there should be a super. So there's 26 autographs of this with this image. And stuff like that just gets me excited, Jeff.
Yeah, and I remember when we first discovered that Bowman was doing this, these rare rookie, low-numbered rookie autographs, but it's not a refractor. It's just essentially a base card image variation with an auto on. Yeah. And it's nice that they didn't use the same image, because that image from the Bowman set that year isn't the most flattering.
No, it's terrible
for Devers. But yeah, these are really cool.
This is awesome.
They haven't taken off the way we kind of thought they might.
I don't know if it's like a lack of awareness. I'm not sure what it is, but like I do think Ohtani has one, and I believe there was a recent Ohtani sale where he's carrying the bag.
Yes,
and that one went nuts because anything that's Ohtani that's unusual, people are certainly going to get excited about. But I wish in 2017, Jeff, there were image variations. So Judge has a really cool image variation where he's kind of jogging out from the dugout.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's carrying someone else's like glove and hat out to them.
Yeah.
So if that had autos, maybe that would have kind of started things a little bit earlier. But okay, so I'm seeing there was on November 2nd, which was 5 days ago, a BGS 9 of the Ohtani version of this card. So it's Bowman Chrome image variation with an on-card auto, numbered to 25, sold for $43,900.
Well, yeah.
So this is really cool. These cards, without the auto, we did the math. They were only hobby in 2018, so you could do it pretty easily. They're about 440, give or take, of every card. So essentially, this is, Jeff, an SSP with an on-card auto.
Yes.
So, I mean, fantastic.
Yep.
I love this stuff. I wish there were more big names had these, but like in 2020, Jordan and Bichette didn't have them. I think in 2019, I know Kyle Tucker didn't. Guerrero didn't. Tatis didn't. Maybe Alonso did. I'd have to look that up.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, now that you're mentioning it, that's probably why they didn't catch on, because you didn't get all the top rookies with that.
Very true. In 2023, Gunnar Henderson has one. A cool shot of him like high-fiving Orioles teammates in the dugout with that big chain. That's really cool. And I know Dominguez has one this year. I'm not sure who else is on the checklist. Mad City Brew says the lady in the background. Let me get a better look. Oh, yeah.
From here, it kind of looks like a Michael Myers mask.
It kind of does. Yeah, she does not. She looks, that's a very, I'll tell you what, Jeff, that look reminds me of the look I got earlier tonight when my list of chores was noticed.
Cards and crypto. Sorry, I'm late. Welcome to the party.
Yep. Back. Yeah, when we're done, if you want to go back in the first 15 minutes, we're pretty glowing praise was thrown upon your Mike Trout post today.
Absolutely. And Chris, curator says, remember correctly, you were both after a card the last you were live. Did I close it in happily?
I guess it ended kind of happily in that I did not win the card that I was after. And it went higher than I thought it was going to, and I just wasn't comfortable paying that kind of money for it.
That's what he's talking about. All right.
Yeah. So there was a lot of Freeman stuff has surfaced.
Mm-hmm.
I can pull it up really quick, actually, because I don't know. I didn't even know this particular card existed until ATL for the win, that account that a bunch of people thought it was my like a burner account of mine.
Oh, great.
I could only I wish. But yeah, there were, so in 20 they make World Series champion minis. Here, I'm just going to grab this one really quick. We'll do this instead. So this is 2022 Topps Allen and Ginter World Series champion mini of Austin Riley. And I did not know these existed. I guess they do these for World Series winners. And the print runs like 20 to 25. And a Freeman popped up, a post World Series MVP, Freddie Freeman popped up that I'd never seen. So I was like, I guess I need this for my, World Series Freddie. And Jeff was like, well, if the Brewers won the World Series and my favorite player was on the team, I'd have to have card. I'd have to buy that card. So we were watching. It ended up going for like $670 or something like that. And I was just like, it just became too much. Like when we collect stuff, I feel like I have sort of a zone or a niche that I really like. And Jeff and I were talking about this, and he gave me some really good advice. These minis are sort of outside of that. It's a player I really collect, but it would be the only mini that I own. So Jeff is, if you follow us, you can very easily tell Jeff is the logical of the two. As Mr. Burns would say, Jeff is the sober yin to my raging yang, I think is how Mr. Burns says that. So I just couldn't do it. I just could not pull the trigger on it. Yeah, the pack odds are absurd. They're crazy rare. I'll probably never see it again. but I just couldn't pull the trigger on it. I felt like the card should go to a mini collector, like a Ginter collector.
And it probably did.
Hopefully it did.
I think, was that Doc? Somebody said that they got some cards to open. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Picked up a few 24 Stadium Club blasters tonight. Wish me luck. Keep us posted. Let us know if you get anything good.
Yeah, good luck.
Know. You never know.
All right. Hold on. What do we got? What do we got next? Okay. All right. Next up, we have LJB 42 Collections. He shared a card that I know my good friend Jeff is really going to be excited to see. Hold on. Give me a second. I can make it bigger than that. There we go.
Famous last words.
Right.
Yes. Love it.
Yeah, we've talked about this. The print run of these is way lower than we expected.
Way lower, and they're just not even showing up that much. Makes me wonder if the print run does even get into the 70s.
Yeah, you wonder because it feels like a lot of it was getting ripped.
Sure seemed like it.
But so much product keeps coming out, Jeff. Do you think there's a lot of unopened update? There must be.
There must be.
Now we're going to the Stadium Club. Already the pre-sale on Bowman Draft happened.
Yeah.
But we talked about Gatorade Baz, and if you look, this one, you can actually tell there's water.
This is probably not Photoshop because it's a very good reaction from Churio as well. He's not Naylor, just bored out there.
Yeah, this looks really cold. And like Naylor, it almost looks like a piece of sheet metal cutting his scalp off. This is clearly a liquid. And we talked about it, Jeff. We love the jerseys. And you were able to pinpoint the exact moment or the game that this was.
Yeah, it was post a game against the rival and hated Cubs that they won in June.
Mm-hmm.
J Marble, thank you for a super high shutter speed on this one as well. Yeah, that's a great shot. I love it, and I do hope to get one someday. So I don't know. SFO Sox fans said maybe people are grading them first. Maybe people are grading more of their SSPs first, but hard to know.
It is. I want to go back to the comments really quick. Matt McNeil says he picked up 4 Astros, their World Series minis.
Wow.
Which 4? I'm just curious. Like, did you target 4 players or did you just pick up the only 4 that you've seen?
Like every time you see one, you pick one up?
Yeah. I'm always curious. Stuff like that. Yeah. Next year, if they continue to doing those minis, Lucky Peter points out there'll be Ohtani and Betts.
Oof.
And I feel like Lucky Peter just forgot to mention Freddie Freeman right there because he should also have another one. Thank you, Jay Marble, for pointing that out. Jeff, what is this in reference to? Jacob Goudreau saying he's still thinking about having the $50K for Burbank. What am I missing here?
I'm not sure.
Is this some sort of wrestling bet?
Go back
with our other viewer?
I don't know. I don't know, Jacob. That's sure. That would be nice. That'd be a nice chunk of change to walk around the Burbank show or shop with.
My fear. That's tough. It is tough. Like I will say, as a collector, buyer, seller of cards, like Jeff, like right now we're in sort of a selling mode. And when you do that, like your PayPal does build up.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that can lead to like dumb purchases because you feel like, well, I've got all this extra money now. I'm just going to like, so I would be very wary
when you don't have a specific target at that moment. Yeah.
I'd be wary. I'd be like, it sounds like fun to walk into a Burbank show with 50 grand in cash. But I would almost certainly walk out of that show with something stupid that I wasn't intending to buy. And then I got sort of like distracted. I don't know. Plus, I'd just be absolutely terrified, Jeff, to have that much money on me at any time. Matt McNeil, that's an awesome foursome.
Okay, so I guess we can't even remember what we all talked about in reference to you giving Jeff a hypothetical walker to walk in and have that. I was very distracted for 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay.
Sounds about right. Yeah. I can't imagine having that kind of money to spend on baseball cards. It probably would just, I don't know.
Oh man.
Implode.
What would we buy? If someone had a blue Ohtani auto PSA 10 and Bowman Chrome with the hitting, I'd probably just buy that.
Yeah.
And then I would rush home to attack whatever list of chores I had left.
I'm sure you would be done with the chores by then. Question for the chat.
Yep.
When did the Ginter World Series minis start? I assume after 2019. If there are 2018 Red Sox, I would go get a loan tonight. Well, that's what he would do is 50K. Yeah, I hadn't even heard about it until Chris told me about the Freeman, so I didn't even know it was a thing.
That's a great question. When did it start?
Professor's Dugout sounds like what I've been doing since I got a performance bonus. Good. Think what you can do with that. Some Cheerios out there,
right? Maybe that's not the best place to put it, but I like where we're. Congrats on your performance bonus, Professor's Dugout.
Yeah, performance in the chat, we would give you high marks.
Speaking of performance bonuses, although not specifically, or not exactly, I think it's worth noting and worth cheersing because as someone who enjoys cheersing, Jeff's wife's TV show, NCIS Origins, was just picked up for a full season run. If you guys aren't watching it, that's totally fine, but they just ordered 18 episodes. So there's a big cheers for Jeff's house.
Thank you.
Jeff's wife.
Pay the rent.
That is an incredible accomplishment to have a network TV show.
And if you haven't watched, like I referenced today in talking with some people, where else on TV are you going to get to see a show that has Pearl Jam and the Bangles and Eazy-E on there? So check it out.
There was also a great Guns N' Roses musical cue. Recently,
wasn't it good? I teased it a little to Chris beforehand. I didn't want to tell him the exact specifics, but this last episode, little GNR, a lot of period music. So if any of you are fans of the 90s, I think you would dig it.
I wasn't sure what you were getting at exactly there, but yes, correct. That music started, and I was like, patience! And my wife was like, what the hell are you talking about? It took her another 5 seconds.
Yeah, Professor, I agree with this. They just have not approached me yet. I'd like to say that they approached me and that the price they're willing to pay just wasn't high enough. But to be honest, I would pay them to be in it. So I can't really say that. That
would be a really fun rip, to do live. We've opened some blasters trying to find your auto. Because it would either be really, really rare because they don't want to manufacture a lot of the cards, or it would be incredibly available because it would be cheap.
It'd be the cheapest one to get. Yeah.
It'd be the cheapest one.
And you. In fact, I'll just sign them all. I don't need any base cards. All my base cards are signed.
You'd be the Cody Funderburk of the Star Wars set.
That's true.
For sure.
John Fry, thank you. I'm watching this great GNR in the last episode twice. Yes. So very, very pumped about that. Thanks, John, for watching. It's on Paramount Plus, too, if you have Paramount Plus, which we do, which is great because you can just watch it without commercials, which is cool. We
have kind of a running joke in our house. Jeff's wife is the showrunner. So as the exec producer, she'll do occasional script touch-ups on episodes. And it's a prequel, but the main character isn't the Dan Harmon. Why can't I think of his first name? Mark Harmon, thank you. I was like, Matt, Dan? It isn't really him. It's this other guy. And this other guy is constantly shirtless and constantly in his underwear. So we're just like, here comes Jeff's wife again. It's like, you know what? We have to change something. Lose the shirt, lose the pants. All right, camera's up. Here we go.
Yes, and pretty soon it's going to be he's going to be booking someone in jail and without a shirt.
Just randomly shirtless for no reason.
90s. It's NIS in the 90s.
Yeah, it's fine. The music is great. I will say. Jorge's cards mentions he's looking for some Ranger minis, and those go for a lot. Jorge, did you see the Stadium Club Corey Seager image variation? We talked about it last night on our Stadium Club Live.
What a shot.
But really check that out. If you're a Rangers fan or a Seager fan, that's a must-have baseball card. Jay Marble mentions the Orange Freeman auto. What specifically? Are you talking about the one on Fanatics Collect? Because there's 4 eyes in this chat on this screen that are on that auction as well. There's some cool Freeman stuff over there, but you guys don't want any of that, so ignore that. Anyone know Hoops and Homers with a question? I don't know my heritage, so if anyone knows the answer to this great question, please let me know.
Great question.
I know they exist in 2018. And actually, does Judge have a rookie in 2017, Jeff? I don't know. Maybe 2018 was the first. That's the first one I know of off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't picture anything before that. Jay Marble saying from the Burbank show to spend some of that $50K on.
Yeah. Yes, that's a good idea. I was annoyed because that guy, Jeff, told me he would not sell that card for less than $12,000. Hard, firm price. And then it sold on eBay 2 weeks later for like $7,500. I'm like,
what? So you take out the fees, that's like half. Come on.
Yeah.
That's a great question, Jeff. The wife got the show picked up. Does that mean more money for cards? We'll have to see. I guess it depends how quickly I complete the list at my house.
That's right. Are you familiar with the phrase trickle down economics? Because I needed to trickle all the way through Jeff's family over to me. Like, it's a lot of trickling that has to be done. M. Parsons points out there is also a fantastic dog in one of the episodes.
And I do have to say, as much as Chris likes dogs and M. Parsons, it was one of my favorite dog introductions to a dog character on TV. So
yes, yeah, it was treated like it was a person coming in. It turned out to be this gigantic, fluffy German Shepherd that I just
really
wanted to
fluffy.
Reach into the TV and give some scritchings to.
He's apparently a great actor and asset on set too.
Oh, for sure. Awesome. All right, so SFO Sox fan did a quick detective work for us quickly and says per Cardboard Connection, the World Series minis. Wow, the 2021 Braves.
So just started.
Man.
He also says, my bank account is saved. He doesn't need to go look for those 2018 Red Sox.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I mean, I think if you check out SFO Sox fan on Instagram's account, he has the that Mookie Betts, the card that I posted, I think a couple days ago. He has a much better condition one. The opening day where he's that celebration with the team.
Yeah,
I think it's called Rally Time. I think it's a Rally Time one. Really, it's just an incredible card. And there's no reason why images like that aren't on cards every year. But we shall see. J Marble Decoy has as of yet not shown up on a card. Fingers crossed. I still think next year's Stadium Club, we got a decent shot at the first, some sort of first pitch decoy image. Ideally, the double high five at home plate. But Rally Time, yeah, thank you. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, unless you were talking about decoy for the show, which makes more sense. But I will rant. I will still hope for that card. All right. So we have talked about this. I'm going to get back to Instagram for a minute. We have talked about this specific SSP before. It's from 2023 Topps. It's one of their golden mirrors. I believe it's an update. And we determined that it is indeed the worst, I think, SSP of all time. And Iowa Dave Sports Cards on Instagram grabbed himself a copy and was happy to share it today. I am, of course, referring to the Paul Blackburn.
Paul Blackburn looking at his phone. Chris, I don't know if you saw my repost of this on my story, but I had to choose the soundtrack for this, and I chose the soundtrack of It Ain't Easy Being Green. Just kind of sitting there. It's kind of like a mopey, down in the dumps photo of a professional athlete.
See, I would have gone with that's a great choice. My other option, I think, would have been the Lady Gaga Beyonce telephone song, which my wife and I drunkenly attempted to karaoke, as you may recall, and I believe it resulted in all of us being asked to leave.
Well, then it's definitely worth mentioning, and in fact, I think you should post it tomorrow, maybe with your own recording. To add insult to injury, I don't know if Royale means this, but he just got DFA'd. Is that true? Oh, Blackburn, poor guy. And SFO Sox fan, I was thinking the exact same thing. I was just going to say that the DFA, Jeff, means getting this card autographed got a little bit more difficult. Yeah, where are you going to find him? You're going to find Mr. and Mrs. Blackburn. Send it there with maybe like a silver or white paint pen.
All right, peeps, going hard, as it were. I mean, yeah, would it just be Paul Blackburn? Would PSA just call it leggings? I don't even know. The shorts, it's tough. Yeah, M. Parsons, I don't think he got this one. Ay. Just got DFA'd is rough. Well, that is unfortunate. The poor guy.
Juan says, less revealing than the new uniforms.
Oh, man. Yeah, imagine. Ay.
Lucky Peter says the first year of action variations for Heritage was
2013. Wow, that's way older than I thought, which isn't surprising. I'm frequently wrong. Heritage is not a set I know a ton about, unfortunately. But yeah, thank you, Lucky Peter. Okay.
I'm trying to picture this, Brian. Reese Hoskins airbrushed SSP from Series 2 is god awful.
Is that from Series 2 2024 or 2023? Let's pull it up here.
I'm guessing 2024 because it's probably airbrushed to be in a Brewer uniform, maybe.
Okay.
Which he's already been re-signed, so he'll be back there next year.
Okay, yeah. This what the hell is this?
What?
What on earth? What are we even looking at here, Jeff?
Is he wearing just like street clothes, and is he doffing an imaginary cap? I can't even really see what's going on there.
I mean, did they just take the tiniest Brewers logo of all time and just slap it on a t-shirt? What is this?
Oh, he does have a hat. Okay, there is a
He's
hat.
wearing a hat.
Yeah. In what scenario would he be wearing that and doffing his cap to the Brewer fans?
Yeah, you're right. I have a lot of questions. Whoever it was who just said this was photoshopped, I completely agree. This just raises more questions than anything else. I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, God is great. Who is tuning into the show from overseas in Japan? Some breaking news, which sounds really sad if true.
Oh no!
Ohtani might be out of service until May or June. Japan said because doing rehabilitation for surgery. Chris did mention that he underwent surgery for the torn labrum, but the vibe they had here was that he should be still ready. But
I mean, we'll wait and see. I think, honestly, if you're the Dodgers, you have absolutely no problem. And honestly, as a baseball fan, you have no problem with a superstar like that taking their time, miss April, but be healthy for September and October.
Yeah. And if he's pitching, then just save some innings too. Just let him start that a little bit later.
Yeah. So,
Jacob said, so 45K was Ohtani injury pricing.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so that sort of concludes the Instagram post that I had grabbed. I while we're sitting here, I can see a bunch of people have also posted. So that's great. If you're watching and you have a cool SSP and you haven't posted it yet, please do tag Jeff and I, hashtag SSP Thursday. Look, when this show's over, Jeff, I'll need something to do besides my list of chores. So just tag us and stuff. I'll just keep posting stuff. As long as I have an excuse, I think we're okay.
It's going to be out there. And Parsons would be wondering why the show was 6 hours tonight.
Right. I did, however, want to take a minute and talk about Stadium Club again, because we love Stadium Club.
Chris, did you see, on that point, did you see the question in the comments I was going to bring up about Stadium Club? Is that what brings you to this?
No, hit it. Go ahead.
Okay. The question was, how rare are the gold minted chrome refractors, and how to tell versus a gold foil board, which is something we talked about last night, because a lot of people on eBay are trying to pass off the gold foil boards for the gold minted chrome refractors. So real quickly, the difference is the gold foil board is a paper card. So the gold, it'll have Stadium Club in gold, but it will not say chrome. It just says Stadium Club, and it has a gold tint to the front. The gold minted are chrome, so beneath the Stadium Club logo on the front, it will say chrome. Oh, perfect.
Yep.
There's
all right. So, as you were saying, Jeff, this card is smiling Robin Yount.
Yeah, look at that. So this is the paper version. This is the gold foil. So the background has the gold tint to it, but it's not a refractor. It's not a shiny card. And this year, as we talked about, the gold minted seemed to be rarer than usual. Before, it seemed like there may be between 50 and 100, a print run of 50 to 100. Now the print run, we're thinking is more like 25-ish.
Right. So, yeah, long story short, look at the logo.
Yep, that's all you need to do. Look at the logo.
Yeah, if it says chrome, it's a gold minted. If it does not say chrome, it's just a gold foil, which is still, they look cool, but they should not be.
They do look nice this year with the full bleed.
Yeah. The prices shouldn't be anywhere near.
Okay, I wanted to get to that. That's what I thought you might be heading towards Stadium Club, but what else did you want to talk about?
I just want to talk about since our Stadium Club live last night, some other image variations have surfaced.
Oh, great.
And this is one of the best ones. My humble opinion. And it belongs to Colton Cowser.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening here. I'm not a big Orioles fan. It looks like almost like he's a soldier running like a gauntlet of swords. But this is awesome with those flags.
Yeah, and I see a player way in the deep background. Is this like an opening day type celebration, maybe? Or yeah, it's giving off some pretty powerful vibes.
Yeah, I like this card a lot, and that is a long run. Like when I see that player in the background,
way back there, somebody's going to be out of gas before they get to the front of this line. I hope they have a break before they start the game.
Yeah, as I sip at my bourbon and Coke here, I wonder if I could make it through this line
down there. SFO Sox fan saying Adam Jones had a card like this, another O's player that had this flag running view. So maybe it's a Baltimore opening day custom, perhaps.
Yeah, or like something from like a fan fest type thing, maybe. Yeah. I don't know, but very cool. I don't know enough about the Orioles. If anyone in here is a big Orioles fan, if you want to let us know what exactly is happening, I would love to hear some.
Gregory says, and that's the Cowser rookie I want in orange. I bet that is a nice color match there.
Well, that's the image variation, so there should not be any parallels.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Yep. So I like that. I like that Cowser. Maybe the Cowser is the coolest image, but the Juan Soto deserves some mention here.
Yeah.
Now, as we learned or were aggressively chastised for before, Jeff, we now know that this pinstripe uniform means what?
Oh, I believe that means the photograph was taken in New York.
That's right.
At a home game.
Yes. So it looks like Juan Soto is responding to like the bleacher call, the roll call that they do.
Love that you see a little bit of the number on the back.
Yeah.
While he's still turned around. That's cool.
But that's really cool. Like this is exactly when we talk about like what we want on an SSP, like something like this. Like this is a very specific event that happens 81 times a year. And it's just really cool. He's interacting with the fans. We know what it is. This is great. The only thing that make this card better, Jeff, is an on-card auto. But
that'd be pretty cool to get an on-card auto out of that, which does not exist, correct? You'd have to get it.
That is correct. Yes, it does not exist.
Two comments. First of all, going back to that last one, Adley was fired for the rest of the year after that run, so that could explain why he underperformed. He just had to run too far on opening day.
Yeah, they got to shorten that up if they want these guys to also play 162 games. I mean, come on.
And this is disappointing, but not surprising because of what we heard last night. Twitter handle today found out about 20 to 25 recycled images. Harper, Bregman, Vladdy, and more. We definitely heard about the Vladdy on there. And there's the rookie debut of somebody who was from the Pirates. It was
Jared Jones.
Jared Jones, yeah. Okay. Well, the advertising's working on Professor's dugout. He's going to go get an HP laptop after seeing that card.
Yeah, right. You got to call WB Mason, get some office supplies. So this is the Ken Griffey Jr. image variation. I think it's kind of a cool card.
I do too. I mean, he was known for throwing his hat on backwards like that before and after games. So despite it not showing an action shot, I'm fine with this one.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to come up with a bad Ken Griffey Jr. image variation.
True.
Or one that, kids of the 90s like you and I wouldn't like.
Yeah. This
one I liked a lot as well. This is Gunnar Henderson. First of all, I laughed because it's just it looks like he caught a bunch of kids in like a net.
That was the second thing I noticed too. First, I love the warehouse in the back. Yes. That was the first thing I noticed. And the second one, is like people clawing through prison bars or the net where all the people get trapped in Return of the Jedi upside down by the Ewoks, and he's like reaching in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it gave me like child catcher vibes from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I'm guessing, I feel like in my imagination, sort of behind him is the rope from that holding up this net that's like tethered to the ground, and then he like secured it, and then he went over, and now he's like marking all his prey.
Yeah.
Now that's probably not what's happening.
Probably not, but it is a great shot. Other than that, and yes, I recognize the need for those safety nets. You just wish that if you're getting these before games or after game signing sessions, that the players wouldn't have to traverse those small.
How are they doing this?
What are they handing through there? Because it's made so baseball doesn't go through, right?
Exactly. It's designed so a baseball cannot get through. So how is he signing a baseball? Like, are they like holding it?
They're holding it there so he can sign it kind of on an angle. Yeah, he's signing through the creel.
Excellent callback.
Yeah, I just I don't know. Yes, it makes it more funny the more I look at it now. Before that, just looking from a distance, first thing I noticed was the warehouse, which is synonymous with the Orioles home park at Camden Yards there. Yeah,
that's exactly the first thing I saw was the warehouse, and I was like, that is really cool. Like, I love that they got that in there. We know exactly where that is. That's great.
And we like autograph cards. It's cool. See the players interact with the fans.
Yeah. Then I just went down a rabbit hole of net fantasies that don't need to be. All right. So another one that came up is Cedane Rafaela for our Red Sox fans who might be in the group. And I like this card a lot.
All right. So what's going on here? He's just about, is that on the bottom of the card? Is that a light going across? Is that a flash or is that
it's like railing? I think it's like a railing of public photographers.
A spray of water. And I'm like, is he on the field during a grounds crew? Yeah, but I like it too. Interesting framing, but yeah, he's got that. He's got the going to battle stare, as you talked about earlier.
He does, and like there's something about it too, where like there's a background, but there's nothing really to the background, so it kind of makes him stand out. Yeah. I don't know. It caught my eye, and I was very. I don't know. I kind of stopped and looked at it for a little bit. It's cool. I like it. I wanted to pull up. So Mookie Betts has an image variation, and for the first time in a long time, Jeff and I were both like, "Wow, that's a really good image." We'll get to it in a minute, but there was some Kershaw talk, so I just wanted to pull up Kershaw's image variation.
All right, while you're doing that, Matt McNeil, part of our crack research team, found out that the Hoskins Golden Mirror was Photoshopped. It's from the 2023 Wild Card Series when he was with the Yankees. So indeed, they did just slap a blue jersey and the smallest Brewer logo they could find.
I mean, that's almost funny.
Yeah. Kersh.
Yeah.
Like he was ready to go to the World Series after party.
Right? I mean, I feel like we saw a lot of Clayton Kershaw during the World Series. I mean, unfortunately, he couldn't play. He was injured. All joking aside, like we want to see our healthy players play well or otherwise. But I just feel like this guy if he's not wearing his Dodgers uniform, does he ever have sleeves or a shirt on? I've never seen a more confident dad bod in my entire life.
Yeah, he just he's one of those guys who just doesn't like to feel bound by a shirt. Even short sleeves is too much.
No, I mean I see some A cups bouncing around here. And this is a first ballot, like inner circle Hall of Fame pitcher.
It sure is.
And just, listen, athletes come in all shapes and sizes, but this is his image variation. Again, I think I don't know. I tend to gravitate towards horizontals for some reason. And I think this is a cool frame shot. Maybe not the most flattering, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. So I did find, so this is here it is. This is the Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have a crack research team. So if anyone in here wants to really dig into this, I don't know what's a more casual than crack, a sort of a casual research team, I guess is what we'll call it. We believe that this image was taken from his return to Fenway Park.
Yeah, I feel like it's got to be.
That's our guess. We're talking about the way the seats are sort of like the gradual slope there. But this is by far, I think, the best Mookie Betts image variation we've seen in a couple of years, Jeff.
He's had some rough ones.
Some real bad ones.
Yeah. And from his first return to Fenway, Chris has been saying we need a shot from there. And here it is.
Yeah, there's a great Getty image of him. It's like a low angle. He's tipping his cap and he's getting a standing ovation from the Boston faithful. And you can see they're all up and clapping for him. It's an incredible shot. And his golden mirror image variation SSP that we got is him in the tunnel doing a press conference. It's weird. It's a weird choice, but this is cool. I like this. One popped up on eBay, disappeared in a couple of seconds. So I feel like this card is going to be very popular among Betts collectors. Yeah, this is the breaks. Yeah. I was just saying the same thing. This is the breaks. Yeah.
Curator Cardboard is throwing this up. Kershaw's career earnings are just a tick under $300 million. In my opinion, that builds a lot of confidence. I wouldn't know, but that does seem like it would. Yeah.
I imagine that builds the confidence. Plus, let's not forget all the money he made signing cards for Topps. So add at least, a couple grand on top of that. Yes, we wear caps and sleeves at this level, son.
Excellent. Los Bravos. Okay, and we get Matt McNeil Fenway, August 26th, 2023.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. By the way, does anyone else think that the actor who played, first of all, can anyone tell me the actor who played Lou Brown without looking it up?
I do not know his name, but wasn't he like our age?
That's not, I don't like that question at all, Jeff.
I feel like, I remember looking it up and he was not that old when he was.
Well, I mean, you might be confusing it with Jim Leland.
Well, that's true. Well, Jim Leland was like 34 and he looked 68.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. But anyway,
Gammon. Yeah, that sounds right.
Peter Gammon is correct.
James Gammon.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Peter Gammon. Yeah, my brain. Yeah, James Gammon. I think he deserved an Oscar nomination that year. I was going to go back and look and see who got nominated, but I mean, he knocked that movie out of the park. He really did. Pun intended. So again, that Mookie Betts, take that card in. Okay. That's Mookie Betts has returned to Fenway, tipping his cap to the crowd. So obviously his flagship SSP, they're going to give us something really great. I can't handle, I do not like cards with players like talking to the media. I just like, unless it's a Gatorade bath, those are okay. But this, like, what about this says baseball card?
Yeah. I mean, so they remind us with the little Sox logo on the microphone and in the back and Mass Mutual or whatever it is. So we know he's in Boston. Okay. But he had so many cool shots, so many cool moments out there. I'm glad Stadium Club captured one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. They did a significantly better job of it. Which we appreciate. Yeah. I think that Betts collectors are probably going to, fight over those cards every time they come up. So if you pull one, don't wait too long. Throw it up quick and cash it out. And just in case you missed us last night, which, for your sake, I hope you guys have other things to do. This is oh boy, I'm clicking away here. Let's not do that. This is the Corey Seager that we mentioned, which is incredible. This is awesome. This is the kind of stuff like I next year we need to see a bunch of Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman, and even Max Muncy can have one.
Hoisting the trophy.
Yeah, celebrating. Kike Hernandez should obviously have one. I mean, clear fan favorite.
Here's somebody of our age, Chris. The Betts makes me think of MTV's Remote Control game show. Did you ever watch Remote Control?
Is Remote Control the one that Jon Stewart hosted like really early in his career?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm trying to remember what the host name. This is the one where they were on the chair and when they got booted off the show, the recliner launched backwards.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have vague recollections of that, but sure.
Oh yeah, Colin Quinn was on there.
Colin Quinn, okay. Well, I get my
name like 10 something. I don't know, but it was like supposed to be in somebody's basement. In his basement. Adam Sandler did some bits. Yeah, I remember that.
That sounds right. Ropier, sorry if I'm mispronouncing this. Yeah, Jordan did not get a ton of Image variations. He's definitely not on the Stadium Club checklist. But to be fair, his season. Oh wait, that's not true. Wait, was it? No, it was 2 years ago. We had that cool World Series home run. Hold on. What was I going to look up?
Ken Ober, Los Bravos. Now he's got his own game show, remote control.
There it is. Okay, if you're a Jordan collector, I highly. Oh no, it's doing this thing.
Oh, we won't show you.
Why does eBay do that
They
sometimes?
started this thing where, if a card is sold, they won't show you to the item.
Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not going to let me do it this time.
All right. While you're figuring that out, Matt's asking, what are your thoughts about the Chrome and Stadium Club? Too much? I don't know. Chris opened the compact box last night, so there are 8 packs. So you got 8 Chromes, right? There was 1 Chrome per pack.
1 per pack.
I don't think it's too much. No, I think it's probably just the right amount, as long as, given that they got rid of the standalone Chrome product. As we talked about also last night, though, we were just hoping that those Chrome autos would be on card.
Yeah, that to me is the biggest bummer. I don't mind there being a ton of there's 300 cards on a checklist and you get 1 Chrome in each pack. So it's not like these cards are not going to be easy to find. Put it that way.
And Royale, this is a great question. Is Julio going to be carrying a trident in every image from now on?
Yes.
The first one was really cool and really stood out. And now the fact that they keep doing it, and this one, as I mentioned to our friend Teapot, who first sent us the image, it looked photoshopped. It wasn't. He went and found the actual picture, but it just was,
I will say, speaking of things like that, we were getting really tired of Ellie De La Cruz image variations with the Viking helmet. Like the first one in Flagship, his gold mirror was awesome. That was great. And then Topps Chrome did the same thing with their SSP, and then Sapphire did the exact same thing with their SSP. And it's like, okay, he does. This guy stole home last year. How about a cool shot of that? So at least in Stadium Club, we get this. I like this. Nice action shot. He is pointing at the camera. And what I love.
Yeah, look at that detail right above the Stadium Club logo.
Yes. Like he has thrown that bat into next week. I like this card a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of swag on that one.
Oh, yeah. I like the batting gloves in his hand, batting gloves in the pocket.
Well, you got to have your batting gloves and your running batting gloves. That's how it works. Even for 7-year-olds, you wouldn't believe it. Professor's Dugout, I still decided to pick up a Cheerio Chrome Auto. Can't blame you. Got it for less than the price of a box. The way these boxes are going, I can't blame anybody for picking up singles, even with sticker autos.
I will say one of the best looking Stadium Club cards I have seen so far is this guy. So it's the Ellie De La Cruz red foil. There's also a red refractor in Chrome, but that has a sticker auto. His red foil paper auto is this. Look at all the red on this card.
Yeah. Hey,
I think personally, I think it's one of the
Reds. When your team's name is the same as the parallel name, it better look good, right?
Yeah.
They did the full bleed. It looks great, and they just left that open spot for the auto, for the on-card auto. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this card. I like this one a lot. And again, he is just throwing that bat. I like that there's a nice action shot. They managed to shutter speed, if you will, the bat still on the card.
Keep it on there. Love it. Love that detail.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
And Royale says, imagine if it had red ink, LOL. That came up last night that we saw some of these autos were written in red ink, which I don't know if it was intentional, if it was accidental, if all the players have them, if it just shows up on some. But we did see a picture of
just Roman Wick is the only one that we've seen so far.
Yeah, and Chris also found that he does have blue autos as well. So did he sign some in blue and some in red? Did he just throw one in there for the heck of it? But Hoops and Homers has mentioned the Anthony Rizzo.
I'm looking for it right now.
Image variation.
I'm just seeing him throwing a ball. I have not found a different image yet, but I'm scrolling. I'm not rage scrolling as we discussed earlier.
While you're doing that, Kevin Morales, I'm hoping for this card. I know Chris is as well. 2025 Stadium Club SP give us the Freeman walk-off grand slam with his photo holding up the bat. There have been so many cool images from that already, where you can see the background, see all the fans in the background. It's a great.
Where's the effing card, Jeff? I feel like I'm going to be saying it well into the fall next year. I don't know. Since they never gave us the Acuna this year, so it's a slam dunk. We get that Freeman card, but I don't know. I don't know. I want to believe that we'll get it. And honestly, that was so cool. If they want to put versions of that in a whole bunch of different products,
they could do different angles of it.
Yeah. I'm looking for this Anthony Rizzo. I don't see it. Like, I don't see one for sale anywhere, and I don't see one that has sold anywhere. I did see him on the checklist. He's actually one of the few that hasn't come up yet, at least that I haven't seen yet. So I forget who said that, Jeff, but it was
Hoops and Homers. So
yeah, Hoops and Homers. If you have an image of it, shoot it to me over on Instagram, Baseball Card Addict, and I'll throw it up there. I would love to see it. I love going through these.
The breaks. I'm sure that if this did have a red version, that would fetch a lot. We've been talking about the red being exclusive to Topps Heritage Red Inks, which I have no problem with them doing that. So it makes you wonder what the decision was on this.
There also is, it's worth noting, there's some inconsistencies in images there's design variations, autos, and like design variations where they have like either the 92 or 93 Stadium Club design. And sometimes from what we have seen, those cards use the same images, and other times those cards use different images. So I don't think there's any rhyme or reason behind it, but just keep an eye out, and if, always check and see what comes up there. Like the Acuna, his base auto is the same image as his base card, but the design variation auto, I haven't seen one yet. So who knows? Maybe it's a different image. I mean, one thing that's either you hate that about Stadium Club or you like it, but they do throw occasional curveballs with what the images are or aren't. Like Ohtani's design variation with the 93 foil is a different image than his base card. So he's got 3 different images in the set, Jeff.
I mean, that's what Shelly's throwing out here too, right? It's still
Yeah, Shelly, that hope, that flicker of hope, it keeps me alive. It really does. But as Red says, hope is a dangerous thing.
It can be.
Oh man. All right, hold on a second. Let me just say. Anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed SSP Thursday. I know Jeff and I did. This was a really cool one. Royal Benjamin. Yeah, maybe we will. Maybe they're waiting. Maybe we'll get these those images when they retire. I don't know. I don't know if I can wait that long. I'm patient, but I'm not that patient. To say the very least.
Yeah. Right. I can't wait for it to be some shot of him fielding a ball in the outfield.
Hey, just watch my spirit break.
Jay Marble, it is NCIS Origins is the name of the show, and it airs on Monday nights on CBS at 10/9 Central, and it's also on Paramount Plus, but it's NCIS Origins, and it runs right after the regular NCIS, which...
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Holland. I know we're not huge. Like Walker Bueller's image, like SSP won't change the world. But if it isn't him on the mound with his arms outstretched, then what are we doing? What are we doing?
Get a little Verdugo in the background.
Oh my God, that was like the cockiest. Oh, I love that. He just he was looking at Verdugo like, are you kidding? You really thought you were gonna hit that?
Yeah.
And if you guys haven't seen Austin Wells flipping Verdugo off after his strikeout, it's pretty subtle, but John Boy has it on his Instagram. It's there. It's 100% on purpose.
It's weird. It's such a weird thing. Yeah. I don't know.
People, I mean, listen, you lose the World Series. We've seen people in softball behave pretty poorly at the end of a game or the end of a tournament. So, I mean, this is the World Series. Tensions are high. Emotions are all over the place, Jeff.
Congratulations, Professor Dugout, picking up an update black parallel of Churio. Great.
Nice.
Douglas, I am not in the show, but it's my wife's show, and it just got picked up for several more episodes for a full season. So,
but Douglas, there is a German Shepherd. And what episode number is the German Shepherd in, Jeff? Because I'm sure he has Paramount Plus. 4, 3 or 4.
It was either 3 or 4 because it was. I think 2. I think it's 4. I want to say 4. You can meet Agent Gary Callahan.
Yeah, Doug, you'll enjoy that one.
Yamamoto Pearl White, and Chris was talking about these pearls in raving terms last night. Manifest with talks of a Pearl White that I pulled last year, but they did not look nearly as nice as the Pearly Whites. I got the Cody Senga last year, but this year they really made him stand out.
I thought you were going to talk about Freeman or Judge's Pearly Whites, Jeff. I wasn't sure where you were going with that. Oh man, I was going to try to pull it up really quick, but damn. I will say I know he's divisive, but this guy has one of the best images in Stadium Club.
Yeah.
And it looks absolutely incredible with these parallels. Like you can still see the fans, you can still see the clapping. This dude on the right, his Pearl White is awesome. It's like pops off the card. So if you're a Machado collector, Jorge, if you're still with, I mean, I think this would be a really cool card to do some sort of rainbow attempt, some kind of like maybe the foil colors. But this is one of his best images. I was really bummed to see he isn't on the auto checklist. I would love an on-card auto of Machado with this image. I think that'd be really cool.
Definitely.
Right.
Well, thank you, everybody. Especially thanks for the people who tuned in last night to see us talk about Stadium Club, and also tonight to talk about SSP Thursday. Please hit that like. It really helps us. And please hit that subscribe button because you'll be notified anytime we are going to go live or we have new content dropping. And just a hint, we might actually go live tomorrow, Chris, because we have an order coming back from PSA. So we might actually do a live reveal. It'd be 3 Blabbin days in a row, which is a lot. So I can understand if you don't want to tune in. But if you do want to see the sweat towel in action, make sure you subscribe so you're notified.
So this is the Anthony Rizzo. That is a pretty cool card. Someone sent it to me. Thank you very much. And it is worth noting, Jeff, that if that package does arrive in time for us to go live tomorrow, that list of 5 things, it's probably not getting any shorter, Jeff. I can't imagine that list getting crossed off.
You might have to go do that list tonight because if we get that package tomorrow, we've got to get those cards open before you go on your trip.
Yeah, if we get it tomorrow, we're opening it tomorrow, 100%. I'll do what I have to get that list done. Or at least what I might do is cross the items off, but not do them. That's a bold choice, but
you have a secondary list that you keep in your pocket of the ones you've crossed off and haven't done. So we'll try that. For better or worse, it could put you in a really bad mood for your vacation, or maybe it'll be good to get away, right? Or maybe it'll be good.
Boy, Kevin Morales, this could be read in many different ways, my friend. In many different ways.
Yep, and they're probably all true. Oh yes, we have I think we better get NCIS Origins on the case.
Oh
boy, already threatening.
That's in writing, Jeff.
The law, yeah. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Give your parents a call. Like I said, my dad's here visiting, which is great. I'm excited to see him. If your parents are still around, give them a call. Tell them you love them. And anything you want to add, Chris?
No. This has been great. If you didn't participate in SSP Thursday, but you want to next month, you got 4 weeks to get yourself a really cool SSP card. Or honestly, you can probably just get a picture of one online and lie about having it. And I mean, we're not detectives. We're not going to really dig into it, but they're really fun to see. I look forward to this day, and this was awesome to see these runs. And I hope to see more next month.
Yes. And SSP Thursday is the first Thursday of every month. So
yes, good call.
Another one. Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody. We will see you soon.
Yeah. Cheers. I like how Doc's card's thinking. We need interns, Jeff. I need someone to come help me with this list. Unpaid intern.
Well, they could probably cross it off, but you still have to do it.
You're right.
All right. Cheers, everybody.
Talking cars.